This poem is one of the few that are on permanent display at the Emily Dickinson Museum in Amherst, Massachusetts. One reason for that is that the manuscript that she left us sheds light on how her poetic creativity operated. Let's read it first as it appears in print. A chilly peace infests the grass, the sun respectful lies. Not any trance of industry these shadows scrutinize, whose allies go no more astray, for service or for glee, but all mankind deliver here, from whatsoever sea. And now we'll have a look at that manuscript. She wrote this in pencil on a single leaf of stationery. You can see the early editors had their work cut out for them. But this example is going to help me fulfill a promise I made in an earlier video to revisit the small cross marks that she left on many of her manuscripts. There are 6 of them, and for each one, there is one or more alternate word choice written into the margins or below the poem. These alternate word choices are called variants. For example, you see here a cross before the word chilly, which points to its variants, lonesome and warning. Let's see what all this looks like in Times New Roman. Next, we'll read through the poem, substituting each of the variants one at a time. A chilly peace, a lonesome peace, a warning peace infests the grass, the sun respectful lies. Not any trance of industry the shadows scrutinize, whose allies go no more astray, abroad, for service, for honor, for welcome, or for glee, but all mankind deliver here, cruise softly here, row softly here, sail softly, but all mankind do anchor here from whatsoever sea. If you're a teacher, have your students build their own poems, choosing one variant for each of the 6 cross marks. With 17 different variants, the possibilities are practically endless. Now, what's this poem saying? She's describing something, but what? It's peaceful, but it's a chilly peace, not a calming peace or a blissful peace. No, we feel a chill here. Or it's a lonesome peace, you remember, or a warning peace, none of which feels particularly inviting. And then there's that word infests. We speak of an infestation of insects, describing their invasion into a place they're not wanted. Another undesirable condition, then. The mood is set in the first line. Yet the very sun seems respectful while here. The third line tells us that there's not much happening here. That's any trance of industry, not any trace of industry, as it's often misread. What might she mean by a trance of industry? Let's look it up in the dictionary that she used. Well, it comes from the French, trance, meaning passage from life to death. Might there be a clue in that? The second English definition that we see here is a little more like our modern usage of the word: unconsciousness, forgetting, transcendence, oblivion to reality. So, an absence of activity or even consciousness. Definition A there, ecstasy, vision, these things are absent from this scene too. Where are we? There's grass, and there are shadows. whose allies go no more astray. What allies might shadows have? And then there's that very respectful sun here. And finally, it seems that everyone arrives here eventually. Pretty good description of a cemetery, don't you think? Here's grass, shadows, and peace. And this is respected ground. Yet another kind of shadow may be present here. Dickinson's dictionary lists 12 definitions. We're interested in number 6. Shadow, a spirit, a ghost. Yes, that meaning was obsolete even by 1844, but that wouldn't have stopped Emily Dickinson, who would have seen it so used in Shakespeare and other early writings. Now here are shadows that could conceivably have allies, fellow shadow residents of this cemetery. Armed with this insight, we'll revisit the poem. We focus first on the final 2 lines. But all mankind deliver here from whatsoever see. Here, where we will all arrive, one way or another. To deliver here, as in deliver oneself, or if we do anchor here, a finality is implied, and this is the end of the line. If, however, the shadows are spirits, they may cruise softly, row softly, or sail softly here. And then this is not the end, but the beginning of a new existence. By including these conflicting variants and the dual use of the word shadows, she presents us with both possibilities. To Emily Dickinson, the question of immortality was her flood subject. It's a question that gripped her all her life. If you like this video, there are others on Dickinson that I've made that you also might like. And this is my book, written for people who want to get more out of Dickinson's poetry. Thank you very much for watching.